Hi everybody, always into something. Today we're working on a 2018 Dodge Durango. This is a GT version. We're working on the shocks on this thing. I'm going to try to replicate what my specific issue is. I do think the shocks aren't working like they should be as far as the ride quality. It does have a, the shocks do appear to be bad, but it's a noise that really set this thing apart. They're just driving us insane. So that's what prompted the shock replacement, and I'd like to play that in case you guys are experiencing this. But if I can't get it, I can't get it, and we'll just go through the install. Let me see if I can get it this sound. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time with it, and we'll get on to the install. Okay, so I got my wife giving me a hand here. She's driving. I'm in the back of this thing. All right, honey, go ahead and pull them through. Okay, so I don't know if you were able to hear that. I'm going to try to do it from the outside of the car as well. I'm trying to be quiet while I'm recording. Yeah, you can't really hear it from the outside. It just sounds horrible from the inside. But that's as much as I'm going to try to mess with this. We're just going to go on. I will say too, like the motion of the vehicle, you can tell it's swaying a lot more than it should, which tells me also the shocks just aren't shocking. They're just being very passive right now. So anyway, we're just going to go back and do this install and get this thing back on the road, and hopefully it fixes that bumping noise, because it's driving us absolutely nuts. Okay, so taking one more shot at trying to, I'm underneath it now. And I'm just barely moving this thing. I'm just underneath, kind of like doing like a little bench press with it, pushing on the spare tire up and down. And you can feel it vibrate through the fender. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And I'm going to go ahead and get this thing up, get the tire off, and start looking to see what I got to do to get this shock out of here. All right, so we got the tire off. Hoping this is pretty straightforward, but so on the bottom of the shock, I'll get a better view of this stuff when we get it out. But on the bottom of the shock, you'll see there's a bolt that goes through the lower A-arm here. On this side, this is a 21. That side, I don't know exactly what size that is, because I can't really get any of my bigger sockets on that. So I did get a shorty socket, which is a 5/16, and it fits on there okay, but I also had crescent wrenches and stuff. But I went ahead, I've already broken this stuff loose. It broke loose pretty easy. It was a little bit of a, of course I had an impact, but I mean, boom, it just popped right loose. And then up underneath here, we've got 2 bolts. Let's see if I can properly on my back. So there's one on that side, one on that side, and we just got to get those loose. Sorry. And that is a, now you don't really need to see this, but a 16. And I'm able to just get an extension up on each side of that with the longer extension. And those I already broke those loose too. So I'm going to spare you the uninstall. I'm going to go ahead and just break all that stuff loose, and then we'll see what this shock looks like as far as pulling it out of the position here. All right, hopefully there's still enough light. The landscaper showed up across the street, so I couldn't couldn't hear. So yeah, this was very straightforward. So this shock did have some tension, or I don't want to say tension because wasn't pushing, it was pulling. So as I backed these out, the first one obviously just came out piece of cake. The second one, it still came out very easy, but I could tell as I was loosening it that this shock was, wanting to pull it down. So you can kind of see up there that once I was done, that it dropped down about 2 inches, 3 inches at least. So just be a little careful with that if you notice that there's some tension. If you choose to do the bottom one first, I'm sure that it would react the same. But there's the bolt that came out of that. Again, it just came right out. So far it's been very easy. I think I can do this with one arm because, again, sorry about the light. I'll open this garage door back up. Let me see if I can set this down. So there's the shock. Let me grab the other one real quick. Okay, so here's a little side-by-side. This is the number of the Mopar part, and I am not replacing it with this shock. I went with a no-name aftermarket I found on Parts Geek, and these things were anywhere in between $350 and $550 each. And these are the load leveling shocks, which your model may or may not come with them. But you gotta make sure that you crawl underneath there. This number is very easy to see from underneath the car, and you'll know which shock. But you can see these things are beefy, they're huge. So, I think this comes with the tow package. And also some of the performance models. I know they've got other options with air and all kinds of stuff, but so this is kind of the middle one, but very expensive to go with the factory. And I couldn't find like a Monroe or any other major manufacturer that made a replacement. So this is what I went with. So it's a premium. There you go. And there's the model number for whatever that's worth. But I just did a Google search, kept shopping around, and I just didn't want to spend. These were already about $300 for the pair, though. So these aren't cheap by any means. But I hope I get a few years of life out of them. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting these things back in. And hopefully this hopefully improves ride, but mostly I got to get rid of that noise. It's just driving me nuts. One note, I did read some comments, and if you use this brand or any other brand, you may want to check this. One of these nuts weren't completely tight. So when the guy installed it, he was getting something similar to what I'm getting with noise, but it was because this nut wasn't fully tightened. So I'm just going to double check that before I do the install. But other than that, 2 bolts, a bolt there. I'm sure that the newer shock's not going to be quite as forgiving as that old shock as far as coming out. But let me get it into position, and I'll probably just get these bolts kind of in place. I just want to give you a shot of what that looks like up there without the shock. You can see the 2 mounting holes. And we'll just get her back in place. Okay, so we got the shock back in. Very straightforward. Right in between the, I guess that's the axle and the A-arm, there's enough room for this shock to kind of fit down in there. So just kind of push it down a little bit, and then all I had to do was take this fender liner, which is just almost cardboard, and just pull it back. And what that does up above, if I can do all this at one time. So you can see when you pull this fender liner back, you can go up about 4 or 5 more inches maybe. So you're able to just push that shock all the way up there, and then it slides. It slides back down over this, because you got to come up and go over that. And just by pulling that liner up, it gives you more than enough room. And then the 2 bolts up top, and then that 1 bolt on the bottom. Literally, it wasn't a couple minutes to put that, slide that thing right in place. A few more minutes to bolt it up. So I'm gonna put this wheel on, take it for a ride. Obviously, I'm gonna do the other side. I'm doing them both, but I'm hoping for a little bit better ride. But I gotta get rid of that noise. If you've been experiencing this is definitely a good fix. Hopefully, this is my issue. And just wanted to say, you know, if you are watching this video, I've been one of those guys that's watched YouTube for 15 years or however long it's been out, fixing you know what, anything that, you know, that I needed to, and YouTube's been good to me. So I try to make some videos, just kind of pay it back. This isn't a money thing for me. It's just a pay it forward type thing. So if this helped you in any way, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And, you know, if you got any questions, I'll try to help. Let me get this tire on. Okay, feel like a kid in a candy store. So just to get for a quick ride, noise gone, riding so much better. I got to show you this. I mean, I can't believe this shock. Look at this. You should not be able to do that. So I'll be happy to get the other side fixed, and I think this thing's going to ride a lot better. But that's part of the reason too why I just didn't want to go. I wasn't impressed. I know they're 8 years old, but I've only got 145,000 miles on this car. So, you know, I can't say that shock did the best, but the vehicle's been great. This is the only thing I've had to do this thing other than oil changes. So, you know, it's been a great vehicle. It's almost 8 years old, so, you know, that's fine. But for 45,000 miles, I'd expect a little bit more out of a shock. But nevertheless, look back for other videos. We're always trying to work on things and do stuff. So tune back in, because we're always into something.